Well, it is content. It is Saturday night for me, but for guest Dave Brink, it is Sunday morning, really early, and I'm very grateful that he's awake and I'm very apologetic for waking him at an ungodly hour. But thanks for thanks for joining the stream, Dave.
Yeah, yeah, no problem. I'm pretty used to getting up weird times during like campaigns.
Mhm.
Uh, this is the thing with all these time zones, and most of my audience is in the United States, so you need to do what you need to do, right?
Yeah, it's I think it's about an 8 hour difference, so you're right around 4:30 in the morning.
Yeah, that's correct. That's
Yeah,
correct.
so
Yes,
um,
yes.
that's about my usual wake up time uh, during the week. Anyways,
Oh,
yeah, like
really?
8 o'clock.
That's
Yeah, eight
early.
o'clock is when I'm usually out. So
Okay,
um,
right.
yeah, but yeah, so it's the weekend. I stay up a little bit later, wake up a little later. It's
That's right.
pretty nice. Speaking of, how was your week? How you doing? How's the you got your campaign wrapping up, and how's it been going for you?
Yeah, it's going wonderful. I just noticed I got four more backers while I was sleeping, so things are still moving in that
Nice.
regard. So yeah, I'm really satisfied with because you never really know what a campaign does when you can have everything like set up perfectly, and everyone gets their notifications, and you put your advertisements out there, but you still never know, right?
Yeah,
And then to see that people show up, it's marvelous, man. It's really cool, really grateful. And
and
this is also the second part of the campaign. We did the first part on Fought My Comic. So
yeah,
yeah,
that's where I backed on Fund My Comic. But
thank you.
it's been an interesting kind of time for campaigns because I've seen, it felt like for a minute there was a little bit of a drop off, even with um, who was putting out campaigns, let alone who was backing them.
Mhm.
And then it picked back up again. But even with that, there are some that are hitting, there are some that are missing. There are some that I talked to Tony James, who you talked to
Oh
earlier,
yeah.
um, but this is his fourth campaign, and it seems to be doing really well. Then there's others that are, they're hitting their goals, but just barely, and some of them are, you're a little worried about. So yeah, it's just an interesting time for campaigns because it seems like just a couple years ago everything was going gangbusters.
Yeah, I remember during my during the campaign of Perfect 10 2 and 3. That was like I hit this peak. It was really everyone was so enthusiastic about indie comics, and you had all these shows going on, and so nowadays there are a lot less shows also.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
so the entire indie scene, particularly this little corner right here, has changed. Um, but yeah, so regardless, we're doing fine. We're doing great still. So people know where to find us. You know.
Yeah. Um, you've had, your up for a while. Like, what is your traffic through your website versus X? And I know you have your stream on YouTube. Do those things help as well, or are you seeing a shift in maybe things moving towards like a more TikTok style, like short video type thing?
With website, you mean my own YouTube channel?
Well, also your website, like just the
Oh my,
fact that because I know I've heard on X, people have those conversations of if you rather than go through like another channel, like just start your own website, sell through your own website. That's the best way
right.
to go. And
Yeah,
have
yeah.
you
You
have
need
you noticed any, what's the best for you as you've noticed?
you need to try to constantly sell. So people need to be able to constantly find your work. So even when you're not doing campaigns, when you have a campaign, you want to guide people there, right? Uh, and then you have your conventions and all the other venues. But in between, you need to keep selling. And
Mhm.
so a website was kind of necessary, right?
Yeah.
And every week I make sales there. I noticed, by the way, that a few months back I implemented the option for people to buy digitals. People
Mhm.
ask me, can I get a digital book, right?
Yeah.
And through my website, I couldn't yet figure out how to make that work until a few months back. So now it's there, and from day one, people buy that. So there's a large audience also for purely digital work.
Yeah.
So I advise other indicators to also look into that. Um, it's about
Yeah.
50-50 nowadays, you know? Yeah.
Mhm.
So
I might
yeah.
have to, I might have to get some more, because I did get, like I said, I backed, the Perfection Collection, um, and I have issue 6 on digital, but
Oh, yeah.
I read issue 1 on Global Comics,
Okay,
enjoyed it,
cool.
but I don't want to touch issues. I haven't even glanced at issue 6 because, I want to read the whole the whole thing. So I'm waiting for the trade to show up at my doorstep. But other stuff that you got, I might have to go digital with those, just to catch up. And yeah, that's sometimes the costs and shipping and all that stuff, it's a punch in the wallet. So
I know. I know. It's why I'm so happy with working with Critical Blast.
mhm,
They do like the shipping in the United States for me.
yeah,
So I, I keep the shipping costs low there. This does mean, weirdly, that I'm from Europe, but oftentimes when you are a backer from Europe, it will cost you a little bit more in shipping costs because it needs to go through Critical Blast first, right? This
mhm,
uh, they're also like printing the Perfection Collection. They're putting it together, they're printing
yeah.
it, so it goes through them. But yeah, this is to keep prices as low as possible for the US audience.
Nice. So yeah, we'll touch on the campaign, a little bit more. Let people know, they got a couple days left, and where they can back it, and stuff. But um, for those who are watching now or in the future, as you know, when I invite guests on, I send out a spiel, a whole thing about choices. I give them choices. We could talk about movies, we could talk about music, we could talk about comics. Movies. I really haven't seen a whole lot of movies, turns out, and music. I just like to hear music that's touched people's lives. I like to hear those stories, and comics. This is the space we're in. So I sent that out to Dave, and he sent me back movies as well as music, and we decided to go with music this time. And we're going to talk a little bit about some songs that mean something to Dave and what they mean. And oh wait, I got a little where is it? A graphic. It's as always in my
Ooh,
graphics, no AI is used, just good old fashioned tracing.
cool,
Um,
nice man.
but yeah, my little segment called "Life Needs a Soundtrack" because life does, in fact, need a soundtrack. Um, there are moments in. Have you ever heard of the show that popular Netflix show, Love on the Spectrum?
I heard about it. Yeah.
I literally just an hour ago finished watching the new season, and there's a scene. There's a scene where all these people with autism are gathered together, and they see a rainbow, and one of them starts singing "Somewhere Over the Rainbow," and
Mhm.
all of them join in. Every single one of them joins in, and it's one of those I've had those moments in my life where I've wanted to start singing a song and just hope that other people would join in. That's what, life needs a soundtrack. Life needs those moments where a song just fits perfectly.
Right.
And, so that's kind of what I thought of this um, little segment is just what are the songs that touch people's lives that mean something, whether it's just like, oh, this song made me want to play guitar, or this song, whatever. And so to help get for people to get to know you better, and in some way connect, because that's a thing that happens here in social media, and maybe through that connection want to buy your book
Mhm.
is kind of the hope. So yeah, we're gonna touch on some of those
I
songs
I
tonight.
I gotta say that before we start, that
Mhm,
it's really I I I had to force myself to even uh, like present myself as like part of the brand. I just want to sell comics, and
mhm,
if people never know me, the better, the better, right? But that's not how
yeah,
things work. So this is kind of the next step. Uh, I I
yeah,
I usually don't really talk about myself when I can avoid it, but it's part of the
mhm,
theme,
yeah.
so it's cool.
But it's also like for me, I, I where I live, the people I've associate with, not a lot of people like talking about comics. Not a lot of people like talking about like these movies that I
Yeah,
enjoy,
yeah.
or movies in general. That and and I feel like a lot of us, that particularly guys who have had on the stream and talked with, there's a sort of a sense of that, of like this is just a place um, where at one time we could go into the comic shop and talk about this stuff. Nowadays it's tougher. Got jobs, families, all that stuff. This is a place where people can come and talk about stuff, that that they like.
Mhm.
Meet guys, talk about cool stuff.
Alright. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But so yeah, let's talk a little bit about some of Dave Brink's songs.
This before I did you know this music?
Hmm. So the first song you sent me on the list was Oxygen, um, by Jean. I won't even. I'll just say Jean Michel Jarre. It's a French. It's a
Yes,
French thing. So
Jean-Michel Jarre.
okay. So give me a little history. What is this? When did this song connect with you? What was the reasoning that you chose this song? What was it in
Yeah.
your life? What was
Well,
going on?
in this case, it's pretty much discovering that you like music. It's when when we were young, you had MTV, you had like
Mm,
music on the radio. So you kind of grew up listening to music. It was part of the culture, um, and but it was there, right? So I was like, okay, I like music, Michael Jackson. I bought some Michael Jackson albums also.
yeah.
I had this poster of Michael Jackson in my bedroom, like because you had to like something, and Michael Jackson was cool, right? I saw the
Mhm.
video clips, and it was well made and well produced, so it kind of caught up in that thing. And then at one day I was at my best friend, and he had a older brother, and his older brother had given him some tapes, some cassettes. and one of these cassettes had this music on it. So just play music while we were doing other things, right? And so playing these cassettes, and I was like, "What is this? This is I never heard this before. What is this?" And on the cassette, it said with marker, it said oxygen. That was it. So I had to figure out what it was, and I was captivated by this music, and it was
Mhm.
like I never heard this on the radio. This
Yeah.
was something else. This was is and it was then that I realized, wait a minute, there's a next level to liking music. You can like music, but this, I want to continue to listen to this. So I discovered Jean-Michel Jarre, and I bought his albums. So yeah, this was the second album. He had Equinox. I bought that one also, and that started things, man. For me,
Yeah.
my discovery of music and my love for music was in this kind of scene. So for some reason, but you can't really choose what you like. You just like
Mhm.
what you like, right?
Yeah.
And this for some reason connected with me, man.
Yeah.
Um, yeah,
It's I was I listened to it, and I was actually today looking at like the background of the artist and stuff a little bit. This was 1976 when this came out, and
right. Yeah, yeah,
I would not have guessed it. It feels because it's electronic, and really kind of um, ambient in a
yeah,
way.
yeah,
It,
yeah.
it feels like something that would have came out later 80s, maybe even to the 90s. It's a pretty cool sound. Did you is there particular was it this particular song, part two? Because what are there's a trilogy of Oxygen.
Yeah, well, the other ones came later. So this was the only Oxygen album then. By
Mhm.
the way, the third one is pretty overall not that great. So Jean Jarre worked together with a producer called Michel Geiss, and later they kind of separated. But Jarre continued to make music, but you could hear the difference. So Michel Geiss had a lot of influence in how his music sounded, right? Um, but yeah, yeah, you had this album, and all that I knew was that it was one long soundscape.
Yeah.
These albums, they are like everything is like connected. It's one long thing
Mhm.
separated in parts. So this is part two that we're listening to right now. Um,
Did do you still listen to it regularly? Because I know, as you know, you grow and sometimes things fall away or whatever. Is this something you still will purposefully put on?
yeah, yeah. I also love to make Spotify like lists,
Mhm.
and and this always is part of it somehow. It's yeah, and I sometimes listen to the newest music that Jean
Mhm.
Jarre puts out, and occasionally he captures a little bit of the magic from before. I love that, but I tend to stick to the older material when I listen to his work. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's. I think that's a common. You hear a song when you're young or an album, and that becomes the touch point of that band, whether it's their third
Right.
album
Yes.
or a first album, and that's the one you kind of. And it's always nice when if they continue on down the road at some point, they release something that reminds you of that same feel of that
Yeah.
time. One of my you know bands that kind of did that for me was Smashing Pumpkins, where um, I had same thing. Okay, was it a mixtape that your friends all
No,
over
it
there
was
had?
just this album. Yeah.
Just this? Okay, yeah, yeah. My friend and I would make mixtapes for each other, and which is kind of silly because most of the time we were just recording off the same
Oh
radio
yeah,
station.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
We were both listening to the same stuff. But um, the yeah, the first time I heard was it Rhinoceros from the Smashing Pumpkins, I was like, th- there's something to this that touches me in a way that nothing else really
Yeah.
has, and ended up being like the first album I ever bought was a Smashing Pumpkins album because of that. So
Yeah, yeah. This is why it's strange when people they have arguments over music. What is better and what isn't better? It sometimes you can logically or just tell, well, this is better than this because of production reasons or whatever, but
yeah,
in the end, it's all about feeling, man. So something connects
yeah,
or it doesn't. So this is great that you have so much different music. Um,
yeah. All right, nice. We'll move on to the next one, or if you don't have anything else to
yeah,
add
sure.
on Oxygen.
Cool.
Um,
Cool. Cole King is in the chat, by the way.
oh yeah, I was gonna put that up.
Hello, Cole.
Says, "Hey guys, good to see you getting Easter stuff ready. So I can't stick around. I just like I continue to forget that Easter is tomorrow. It doesn't feel my winter and spring in here in Idaho has been the craziest ever. It was almost 80 degrees 3 days ago. Yesterday it
Right.
snowed. So
Wow.
my whole like rhythm of what the day is supposed to be is off completely. Like
Yeah.
so
Holy
I
shit.
keep having to be reminded about Easter.
I can imagine, man.
Do you do you have Easter plans? Anything going on for your
Well, we do. I'll
weekend?
be visiting my parents-in-law today. So they wanted us to drop by. So we have some we call it fly. It's like like cake. So every
Mhm.
situation that gives a excuse to eat cake, they will take it, right? So we go there and we have this little cultural thing. So it's fun.
Yeah. Nice. Um, Here's your second choice. I was I'm familiar with this one. Two of these songs that you sent, I'm
Yeah.
familiar with, and this is the first one. And I'm assuming for the same reason, this means something to you. It means something to a lot of people.
Yeah, yeah, maybe. I this was also when I discovered that I liked electronic music. So the music somehow was wonderful to me, but this was one of my first movie going experiences. I could have put this movie in the list with the movies,
Yeah.
but I thought to add it here because this particular movie also taught me that I love movies. I saw some movies before this. I was very young, right? But this one, I saw this one, and it just what the hell? It was such a fantastic experience with the music and all, and the fantasy and the story, and I was blown away, man. So
Yeah.
it was this movie that got me interested in watching more movies.
Mhm. Yeah. I I heard the song far before I ever
All
saw the
right.
movie, because um, we would at the time I was living in Arizona, and there was a theater, the cheap theater, the dollar theater, or whatever it was called, and they would show um, two movie matinees on Saturdays. So we would, wait until the second run theater got all the movies to go and get that deal. So I didn't see this until came to the second run
Mm,
theater. But the song was, just a part of my life at that point. And the video, having seen it a couple times, really what my wanted to see movies so bad.
yeah,
But
yeah. It was like a experience, man. This the way it was made and produced, and as a little kid, you really invested in all these fancy world, and that's puppets, and it's not real. And if you look at things right now, you can see through it. But back then,
Hmm.
as a little kid, it was magical,
Oh yeah.
absolutely magical.
The uh, like the fact that that the sneezing turtle, like they built that gigantic thing, you know.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing that those sorts of things happen. They um what's the rock guy's name? His whole
Oh yeah.
his
Rock Biter
whole
or something. I
yeah,
don't know.
his whole talk about his hands and how, you know, you'd think they were strong hands, still enters my mind periodically.
Mm.
When things are going wrong, I will think of that because you feel like that sometimes. Like you know, look, I'm a man. I should be able to hold things together, but it's tough.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't really catch those meanings when you're
Mhm.
young, but later on they get this new meaning. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
it's these
Um,
layers.
so
That's what they look like. I never knew, man.
yeah, that's
I never knew.
lim. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
Limao.
found that out recently too.
Wow.
um,
Very
so yeah, this
punky.
is I mean, it's high 80s couture is what that is. It's
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, why
um,
not, man?
you watch, you know, movies or TV shows where they have a nostalgic throwback, you know, like Stranger Things or whatever, and
Mm.
a lot of people look like this. Only the famous people look like this.
Yeah, yeah.
We didn't look like this in the 80s.
No,
We were
this
just we
yes.
didn't have all the hairspray and the height to the hair, you know, or
Yeah.
the shoulder
That's
pads.
fashion. That's fashionable, man.
Yeah.
Mm.
So the second song that I'm familiar with um, is because I happen to um, I'm doing a thing where I'm listening to a full album. I'm trying to do it every day, but full album a day to kind of break out of what I call TikTok mind. And so I'm giving myself, you know, a full album because when an artist puts together an album, they pick and choose how they want the flow to go, they want the mood
Mm.
to be, and uh, this album, "Songs for a Jilted Generation," was I just listened to last week for the first time.
Oh, yeah. For the first time?
So this is yep the first time. I heard I've you know heard Firestarter obviously because that
Okay.
was a huge hit
Right.
back in the day. But the whole album, just sitting through to listen to the whole thing, yeah, for the first time, and so this is continuing your love for
Yes, yes.
electronic
What do you
music. Then,
think? What did you think of the entire album?
like, it's it's of a time, like for
Uh-huh.
sure. But I was of that time too, so I'm right in it. Like, these are the songs that you know you would want to see in an action movie in the 90s. You know, anything else
Yeah.
besides this, you would have walked out of the action movie thinking they missed just a little bit. But also, like, you know, you're playing video games with your bros. This is the stuff you put on in the background, you know.
Yeah, man. I remember playing Wipeout. Uh,
Mhm.
you remember the game Wipeout? You had this
100%.
kind of
Yep.
music going with it. It was just part of that vibe. And yeah, I discovered the Prodigy also when I was with a friend, and he was like he had this music on, and
Mhm.
I never knew that I kind of like this. It's kind of harder, the music
Yeah.
kind of, but I there was something about it, man. And the more that I listened to it, I had to get used to this music. Well, once I got into it, it was fantastic. Specifically, this track, the entire album is fantastic. This track,
Mhm.
it's so good. It's so perfect, energetic. It's so well constructed with all the little beats and layers and little details. And uh, I can listen to this forever. I kind of learned that I like music that that keeps me interested constantly.
Hmm.
So sometimes you have music that's kind of repetitive, and these albums also, because they are like connected, all these tracks, it
Hmm.
keeps on moving, man. It it is this experience,
Yeah.
and this is so cool with the energy and all that, and it kind of led me into this path of discovering more and more um, electronic material.
Yeah.
And nowadays I'm also listening to Lorne and more experimental thing,
Hmm.
but it's something you have to gradually move into.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna turn it up just a little bit so we can get a little bit more. The you listen to the song and you hear the layers build, and then they'll break it down to a, and it becomes a little quieter, but it switches to the next layer on its own,
It's so good.
and they just build it back into the whole track. Yeah. Yeah, I
And they never really managed to capture this precisely. They had some more albums later on. You had
Mhm.
Music for the Jilted Generation, the one before this, the one after this. It's too early for me to remember the title, but the later albums are good too. And sometimes you can hear a little bit of this vibe, but it slowly changes, right? But this particular
Yeah.
this era was the best era.
Yeah, this is the it feels like a lot more like rock and punk
Yeah,
influence. You definitely hear in this.
they started
um
out as uh, punk band.
I can imagine, yeah. The so like in this time period, there was a big um kind of explosion of electronic music, techno, house, and all those things. Dust Brothers, Chemical
Oh
Brothers
yeah,
were
yeah,
big.
absolutely.
Um, Air.
Yeah, yeah.
Who else? But uh, did you did you ever get into the culture of electronic club scenes and that sort of thing? Was that something you ever got into, or was it just the music? You'd stick to.
Yeah, it was mostly music. I wasn't really interested in interacting with a lot of people. So you wouldn't see
Hmm.
me at going to discotheques or clubs.
Yeah, yeah,
That wasn't my scene. I just like to
yeah.
listen music with my headphones on at home.
Um, uh, did you move into the I guess more experimental square pusher, Aphex Twin kind of
Yeah,
stuff as
I
well?
I have some Aphex Twin material, uh, which I could never really quite get into, but I do find it interesting. But
Hmm.
sometimes you have like music that you can listen to on a more cerebral level, like analytical, like why do people like this, and you can recognize sometimes that it's good. Only it's more difficult to connect to it on an emotional level, right? And with
Hmm.
with Affix Twin, it's more like that. It's more listening, like how it's constructed, why people like it.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, but this really connects with me on, yeah, every level. I think it's masterful, masterful.
yeah. I think um, the their big single, Firestarter, probably threw me off
Mm.
because I did like Chemical Brothers. I had a couple of their albums. I had a couple of Dust Brother albums, and I really didn't think that the Prodigy's full album would be more close to that
Mm,
than what Firestarter kind of felt like, you
right.
know. And so yeah, I'm actually glad I listened to it. I chose it to listen to it the other day, and I was like, yeah, this is pretty solid. I stuck it on my main playlist on my Spotify. So
Yeah, yeah. It's yeah. You know, there are some moments in your life that you discover something, and you know it will be part of you for the rest of your life.
yeah.
And this was when I heard this album. Like, holy shit, what is this? I love this. I want more. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah,
Nice.
too bad. Too bad they didn't make too many albums. Like they made some, but through the years, like nowadays, it kind of
Yeah.
stopped. Also.
I'm waiting for, like I said, I'm waiting for this kind of music to come back into action movies.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know, I want to see, you know, that Blade during the whole
Yeah.
club scene, like that whole scene, you know, with this kind of, you know, this hard driving electric, you know, sound couldn't have worked any other way. I want more of those.
Yeah,
But,
this, but you have to be careful. Sometimes they use it and it gets very cheap. So it's really important to get the music right. You have some of these electronic scenes in the Tomb Raider movie with
mhm.
Angelina Jolie, and sounds really stupid.
Yeah, yeah.
So it really depends in which action movies and which scenes you use it,
Hmm.
and choice
Yeah.
of music.
Then we're gonna take a hard emotional turn
Uh,
from
uh,
Prodigy's Voodoo People to your
now it
next
gets into
song,
new material for you.
Papa,
Whoa.
from Steph Boss. Is that how you say the name? Just
Yeah.
pretty simple, Steph Boss.
Yeah, Steph
Um,
Boss. Yes.
how how does this song you know, how does this fit into your life soundtrack?
Huh. Well, I so this first of all, I like various kinds of music. So this also it's really small. It's fragile. I like that.
Mhm.
And that's called Papa, and I think that's pretty universal, right? So he kind of talks about how he hated his dad, and
Mhm.
but as he grew older, he realized how much he looked like his dad, and every year that passes, he looks more and more like him, and it kind of meant something to me because I kind of hated my dad, you know.
Yeah.
I we did we didn't have a relationship really. He wasn't there. That that's basically it. So I
Mhm.
for years I resented him for that. Um, so I kind of grew up without him. I
Yeah.
knew who he was, and I met him a few times during my life. Um, and the, so he was a a jokester. He kind of like it was very difficult to connect with him. The few times that I saw him,
Mhm.
uh, I wanted to connect. I wanted
Yeah.
to talk to him about, like, why weren't you there? Yada yada yada.
Yeah.
And but he kind of hid behind jokes, and he didn't seem to take anything seriously, and
Mhm.
which added to my frustration. And um, but he was also a so he drank
Yeah.
a lot, right?
Mhm.
I don't drink. I only drink my cola. That's my thing. That's the theme of my drink with Brink. That's my
Mhm.
logo. I don't drink alcohol. I saw what it did to my dad.
Yeah.
And he eventually died from it. So he drank himself to death, right? And I never had a actual, true, real conversation with him,
Mm.
but I saw him sometimes, and I always wonder the things that I have, my own little quirks and ways that I think and see the world, and
Yeah.
uh, what's what I got from him, right?
Yeah.
Um, so this song was kind of also when I grew up. This was a thing, and so for some reason I connected this song with that emotion towards my
Mhm.
father,
Yeah.
and it kind of never changed. So every time I I hear this, but things changed, right? So
Mhm.
I I was angry with my dad for a long time, but after he died, I forgave him. Right?
Yeah.
It's he did what he did. It is what it is. And
Yeah.
so when I listen to this song right now, it's uh, it's it's more happy. Like,
Yeah.
you know, it
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
what it was, and I'm glad that I met him sometimes, a
Yeah.
few times.
It's a, it's a broken world. There's a lot of I my family currently is broken. My daughters and I have things going on that are, it's heartbreaking. It's heavy. Uh, but to have, the beauty of music, the beauty of art is that it can help us to process some stuff. It can help us to get through some stuff. It can help
Mhm.
us to, remember positive times, good times. It can help, it's, the, I looked at the lyrics of this song, and the one lyric that got me like emotional, like it really hit me hard, was where he's talking about, you believe in God and heaven and I
Mhm.
don't, and we'll never see each other, because like that is a
Mm.
powerful lyric. Like it's heartbreaking, but like, yeah, it actually, I'm at a time where this song actually kind of hit me as well. um
Okay. Yeah.
yeah. And then let me go back to that though, but also um the horn solo is really beautiful. It really
Yes.
just,
Nice. We're still fans of this artist, by the way. We go to theaters. He plays in small theaters, right? So I
oh
I
nice.
don't like to go to big concerts.
Yeah, yeah,
That's not my thing. But I love small, intimate theater things, and
yeah,
so occasionally he plays here nearby, and we go to watch him. It's really nice,
nice.
and sometimes he plays this song also with a new flavor, kind of,
Mhm.
because this
Yeah,
is his most famous piece that he ever made.
yeah, yeah, it's okay, just do you ever get emotional, because a live show is different than listening at during the show when this
Yeah,
song plays. Yeah, yeah, I've got just,
yeah. Well, yeah, yeah. In other songs also, it's
yeah.
like it's the entire it's the entire atmosphere, man. When you
Mhm.
start playing, then the entire room is quiet, like, and
Yeah,
everyone's listening to him, plus the lyrics, and it's it that it's just magical moment, man. And yeah, yeah. These are the things that I like, and you can
yeah.
actually appreciate together. You are appreciating this artist, this art,
Mhm.
uh, and the lyrics. And
Yeah.
he's not the best singer,
Mhm.
but the way that he does it, and the text, and so the lyrics, the way that he writes,
Yeah, yeah, give
somehow,
me,
yeah, somehow this works.
yeah, give me a someone who means it, far above someone who can belt it out with their vocals. Like,
Right.
the guy who writes a song about his heartbreak, his heartache, his joy or whatever, and he sings it, and maybe he's not hitting all the notes correctly, but it's you can hear, you know he means this.
Yeah.
This is his, over someone who's just singing, what 12 other producers wrote for
Made
them.
made for them. Yeah, which
Yeah,
also, yeah, this is from the heart. Yeah, but someone else wrote it for you, right?
yeah, yeah.
Which, yeah, I know.
All right.
Yeah.
So let's move on to the last song, which is also another
Uh,
emotional shift. We've had electronic kind of ambient music. We had a soundtrack, major motion picture hit, hard driving, electronic music, and then the ballad, and then we're moving into the pop music here with the last song, which is a live song.
yeah, it's
I
live.
found that out.
Yeah.
Um, but go ahead and tell us about all of this, because I don't want to pronounce words.
Yeah. She's called Davina Michelle. The song is called "Duurt te lang." When you translate it, it kind of means takes too long.
Mhm,
Um, it's a cover of a other Dutch, like more of a rap thing,
mhm,
and she converted it to a song, and
mm,
and she performed this live, and it was flawless. It was immediately flawless, and the story is kind of about this relationship between her and her partner, and they're going through rough times, and sometimes it takes too long, right?
mhm,
And uh, and they say goodbye, and eventually they they stay together, right?
mhm,
And but for some reason, when this came out, right, so I make comics, right?
yeah.
And it takes a lot of my time, energy, resources. I have to make sacrifices. I can't buy specific things. I can't
Mhm,
like go on vacations, or I have to be very specific with the things that I can do in order that I can make comics. And I print them. I have my house filled with books. I have there's and um, plus I have my I have a tendency towards depression, and this also it is part of it. So I just this so this song kind of became the
mhm,
song for me and my girl. My I've been with my girl now for over 25 years,
mm,
and she's
nice.
still with me despite everything, despite me often not really giving her the attention she deserves.
Mhm,
So so it takes too long, you know. Sometimes things take too long. Making books, it takes too long. The success, where's the success? Where is it?
mhm,
And I stubbornly keep going. There's so many times that I say I'm gonna quit. I I
mhm,
I, I can't do this no more. And I keep going, and she always stands by me. She we have issues sometimes about
yeah,
it, you know, but eventually she wants me to be happy, man.
yeah,
And so this song is kind of talks about how for me, for what it means for me is that after 25 years and me being difficult sometimes, she still sticks with me, man, and
yeah,
I'm really grateful for that, you know.
yeah. I mean, that's that's really what we can hope for because we're 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 I told
Mm.
my one time um he's having girl problems and I said listen, here's the key to success for a relationship. Everyone is going to have problems. You're going to look at other women and you're going to think, "Oh, they don't have no, they have problems." Everyone has problems. The trick is to find the person whose problems you can deal with and they can deal with
Right.
yours. Be- because they're going to have them, you're going to have them, and it's just a matter of can you manage my wife and myself, two polar opposites in a lot of ways. Um, but her, you know, anxiety is balanced by my, kind of calm nature. Do I drive her mad sometimes? Yeah, she thinks I should worry about some things.
Yeah.
And I think she should maybe not, but yeah, it's that thing you're saying. Like, at the end of the day, I want her to be happy. She wants me to
Mm.
be happy. And that's what you can hope for. But like, yeah, I get what you're saying though. You know I, depression just kind of runs up on you. You got your low points, you got your high points. Mostly it's right around the middle. No, you're just kind of like, okay, life's, whatever it is.
It's bearable. No, it's not that bad. I'm
But
really happy. I'm
and there's no,
I'm a happy guy. I'm lucky.
yeah,
I realize how lucky that I am, and I'm really happy. But the other side is that I can be really happy, but there are like really. I think everyone recognizes this, right? You have like times where you
getting a little,
when you when you're tested. Still there, sir?
yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, having a little bit of lagging going on right now. Suddenly,
We have some lag, yeah.
I'm gonna, yeah, I'm gonna close down a window and see if that helps anything. All right, does that help anything? I closed a window with a bunch of windows.
I don't know. I don't know. We will find out.
All right. But yeah, no, I understand. I understand. Sometimes, yeah, things that you are hoping for take a bit longer than you'd like to. But those are also the things that when they do work out, they're the ones that are worth waiting for.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it is true. But
but
yeah, man,
anyways,
okay.
go
Let's
ahead. What were
let's
you
move
saying?
on. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
let's move on. It's cool.
So yeah, I want to then at that point, let me do my little switch the pictures up here. In that case, I want to say a thank you for understanding um the kind of concept of what I was asking for. Because a lot of times when people ask about music, we just want to go straight to the cool stuff, the stuff that we think they
Mm,
should listen to. And
yeah.
I appreciate that you understood the assignment, and also I appreciate that you shared those. I really I I love hearing why people like the songs they like. Um, what makes those things connect to people, and and it moves into other things, the comics, the movies as well. But I like, why do we like the things we like? And I want to say thank you for filling us in on why some of those songs, you know, mean something to you.
Yeah, yeah. Sometimes you don't know why you like what you like. You just do, right? So
Yeah.
this really cool. This discovery that you go on. What do I like? What
Hmm.
don't I like? What can I do? What can't I do? What are my talents? What are my what's you know? So
Yeah.
this is interesting. Even when you're older, you're still discovering new things about yourself.
Hmm. Are you still on the discovery route with music?
Oh yeah, I love discovering new music. I discovered this guy called Sounds of Russia. I discovered that recently. It was phenomenal. It was fantastic, and now it's it's on my playlist. I love
Nice,
discovering new things, man. Which
nice. Yeah.
Spotify makes a lot easier too.
Have you So Spotify, the algorithm, every algorithm screws everything up. That's my opinion. But um, have you noticed recently Spotify's gotten better?
It has. In what way?
So I you know you can start a song radio, right? Like you're like, oh, I want
Oh,
to hear songs based on this song.
mhm.
Um, it used to be you do that, start a song radio, and it would just play a bunch of the stuff I already listened to. Like I
Yes.
already now they're giving you the option, at least I don't know if you pay for yours. I don't know if it's a premium thing or not, but
Yeah, we have paid. Yeah.
yeah, they're giving you the option on a non-personalized playlist for song radios, and I click that, all stuff I've never heard, and I'm so happy about it. I'm discovering stuff like all the time now, so I'm pretty
Not
excited about
not
it.
not personalized. Doesn't mean
Yeah.
it doesn't take into consideration the things you like or
Well, it will be more based on the song that you've chosen to make the radio station out of
okay,
than
right, yeah.
your former listening, habits.
Okay. So it's
So
not completely random.
yeah, no, 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 which
Okay, okay.
is still an issue. Like, give me the full random Spotify, please. But
Uh,
but yeah, no, I still like hearing new stuff. I work in construction, and it's there are guys who are in there, and they're listening to the exact same 4 or 5 songs on the radio that they have been since 1975, and it's like, what, you really have no desire for new songs, huh? That's
mm.
crazy to me.
Oh, yeah, 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 that drove me nuts also when they play Sky Radio the entire day. Sky
Yeah.
Radio, and then you have these same tracks, sometimes the same tracks every hour. It's like, why?
Mm.
Why would you want that? There are like a billion gazillion tracks out there, you know,
I
just to
I
save.
remember I remember, being on a job, one time, and, I I I I would be the guy who put on music because I had the biggest, variety, and, I had a guy come up to me 'cause, one song was like Sinead O'Connor's "Nothing Compares to You," and the next song was, like, Rammstein, and, he's like, "W how can you listen to this? How can you listen to music this way?" And I
Yeah.
You not? Would you just, and people do. Like, there are guys who just listen to one genre of music
Mm,
all, and I'm
right.
like, I couldn't handle it. I couldn't do it. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, which also interesting to me, like, you have people, for instance, who love a particular band, so they like
Mhm.
Queen, for instance, right? But
Yeah.
Queen is so diverse in what they produced, like,
Mhm.
so you have like poppy, you have like epic orchestral stuff. You have like electronic. Uh, so you can't love everything from that
Yeah.
band, but some people claim that they do
Mhm.
because it's Queen, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So I think you can also kind of talk yourself into liking particular things sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah. So speaking of liking particular things, comics, something we like.
Fantastic segue.
Yeah,
Wow.
thanks.
Yeah.
um, uh, in case anyone watching now or in the future doesn't know who you are and what you do, give a little details of your company and what you're working on.
Okay. Well, my company is called Jamin Comics. It's and I because I make comic books. That's kind of what I wanted to do when I was a teenager. I loved American books. I read European books also, but I specifically loved the superhero genre for some reason.
Hmm.
And I knew when I was young that I wanted to do something with that. So I started drawing and stuff like that. Maybe someday I can work for Marvel. Uh, you know. Uh, Long story short, when I was still in school, about 17, I started this group called Jamie Comics with other students. With we were
Hmm.
with 6 students, and we wanted to make comic books. We all loved comics. It was around the time that Image Comics was happening, and that got us inspired to try to make books. We didn't know anything. We made some books that we sold at conventions. It was all very amateurish. Then school ended. We all had to grow up. We had to start families, work, be responsible
Yeah.
adults. And after 15 years of like living a regular normal life, I was like, you know what, I'm going to return to making comics, and I'll be doing it right, or I won't be doing it. So it has to be right.
Mhm.
So I made this book called Earthling. It was completely English. It was so I could target
Mhm.
the global audience, right? And it was I put it on Kickstarter. We funded, and that's how it kind of started. So the reboot of Jamin Comics, and the other guys that I work with, they no longer make comics. I'm the only one. I took concepts that we had from the 90s. I reworked things, um, restarted everything, and now I'm still making comics today. And so the comics that we produce go through crowdfunders, and then eventually they go on my web store, jamiecomics.com. They are sold at the conventions, and I am working with Critical Blast, a American publisher who is now putting together our very first trade paperback, which is really exciting.
With a fantastic name, the Perfection
Yeah,
Collection.
I've been sitting on that name for years, and finally there, finally I can use it.
um, did the crowdfunding model kind of determine your getting back into comics? Was that something that you were like, I could really use this to start again?
Yeah, because I didn't have any money when I started. I just knew that I wanted to make books, to make comics, to try. Um, and I saved up, but I didn't have that much money, so
Mhm.
Kickstarter really helped. So it helped a little bit,
Yeah,
it wasn't big, my very first Kickstarter campaign, but it was something, and it
yeah.
and it got me started. It got me started into learning how this works, and
Mhm.
this new world of crowdfunding and going on YouTube shows and all of that. So yeah.
How much do you remember how much your first campaign was for, and like what your backer, like how many backers you had?
I I don't I think I asked for 2,000 euros, if I remember correctly, and I got 2,500,
Hmm.
so which was nice. and for the backers, maybe 100, 150. I'm not really sure, but it
That's
was
not bad for a first outing.
yeah, it wasn't that bad. I was around that time I was doing animal rights activism,
Mhm,
and my first like rebooted comic was actually a brand new creation. I wanted to make this comic about a animal rights activist who got superpowers, and what do they do with it, right?
mhm.
And so the people within the animal rights scene, they knew about it. So a lot of backers came from that. So, but nowadays my comics are more towards people who actually love comics,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
yeah.
Which is a harder I think a lot of people are realizing that, making comics for comic lovers is harder than making comics for political reasons.
Oh
You
yeah.
know, there's been a, and not just comics, but just a lot of stuff that has um, shot up in popularity because it's a political thing. Oh, this have you heard this guy's album? And it's not that great of an album, but he's on
Oh
the correct side. It's like, but when you move away from that and you're just doing the thing, like you said, for comic fans, that's a smaller audience.
yeah,
uh,
it
but
is.
but I do think, with some of the popularity of things going on, like whether you like it or don't like it, the Batman, what's it called, the Absolute
Absolute
Universe
Batman.
thing
Yeah,
going on.
yeah.
That's gaining some traction, some popularity. Hopefully, it will spill over like in the 90s with the image and how it spilled out into Dark Horse and Malibu and excuse me into other smaller um, independent companies. Hopefully that same thing will happen again. um, but
Mm.
yeah,
Yeah,
it'd
yeah,
be
yeah.
nice.
It would be nice. I think it's wishful thinking to like I don't think we will ever get that era back like that comic book
Yeah,
scene like things were. But hopefully we can keep it alive, and indie creators like us can keep going. Like we just need a small group, like a small audience, small
mhm,
dedicated audience that really loves comics to keep things running, right? Um,
yeah.
yeah,
And as much as it would be nice to see people make some sort of splash. Um, Perberg and getting that deal with Mark Miller. That was
great.
exciting. That was huge. But to have there's a lot of there's a lot of really good stuff, in this corner of the indie market. Really beautiful, really smart, really fun stuff, and hopefully people will catch on. People will see it. People will, it's, but yeah, I'm doing I'm trying to do my part. I'm making, some streams, um, my little, review videos that I'm doing for like TikTok and stuff. I'm learning. I started putting some of them on Rumble,
Oh,
uh,
cool. Yeah.
and I'm checking to see how that goes. But I've learned that Rumble does not really cater to anything other than politics,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and apparently some game streaming happens there. But
Okay, right.
maybe they just need someone to get in there and shake it up. I'll see what happens.
Yeah, yeah. I want to do more with Rumble, but they make it difficult
Mhm.
for streamers, and it
Yeah, yeah,
it's too much of a hassle to get things moving there, which is too bad because we need a different platform apart from YouTube.
yeah, yeah. I have this set up to stream to Rumble. I honestly don't know if it does or not. have no clue.
Okay.
I'll have to find out the hard way. I don't know. But
Yeah.
so, anyways, your current campaign is still happening. We got a couple more days.
Mhm.
Um, do you want to maybe let people know
Yeah.
about that and where they can find it?
Sure. It's on Kickstarter right now. Um, oh, there it is. It's on Kickstarter right now, guys, and we have 39 hours to go. Uh, so this weekend will be a busy weekend for me. These are the
Yeah,
last hours, so I try to promote it. But yeah, it's. So this is the final book in the arc in the story that I wanted to tell about 10. And 10 is a bio biosynthetic metahumanoid, right? And she wakes up in a world filled with superheroes and supervillains. She doesn't know what she's doing there. Um, and she has to figure that out while people want to kill her. It's it's like really action packed. It's colorful. It's drawn by Paul Rodriguez, fantastic artist.
hmm
Paul also drew like Star Wars and Wolverine, and I'm really lucky that he works with me. Um, and he's been there from the very beginning, from the very first issue. So this entire series, 6 issues, is done by the same creative team. Um, and when we first started, I was like, maybe I can tell the story in 3 issues, and then it became 4, and finally became 6. Because once you start moving, you start to tell the story. You want to give everything the room that it deserves,
Yeah.
and so yeah, it's really epic. I'm really proud of it. And oh wait, I forgot to scroll. So this the cover of issue 6. This time we have one cover. Sometimes we do variants, but
hmm
this time I just wanted one cover to make things easier for myself also,
Yeah.
and for backers, because we are publishing this together with the trade paperback of all 6 issues. So you have multiple books already going on, right?
hmm
So you can get this book, right? We have some uh, some some interior work. So this issue is kind of special in the sense that it finally slows the story down. So up until now, it's been constantly moving, action packed, non-stop, right?
hmm
And finally things slow down. This is like the end game of the arc. And um and uh, some people have read it already. They got digital books. They read it. Some people told me it's their favorite issue so far.
Nice.
Uh, yeah, I'm and it's always nerve wracking when you release a new book. You never, well, you don't know
Yeah.
how people will respond. If people like all the twists and the turns, if they're satisfied with the story progression.
hmm
Um, so when I get messages like that, it really makes me happy. And then we have the cover for the Perfection Collection. So this book is published through Critical Blast. This is the cover that Pao and Daniel made specifically for this trade,
hmm
which is wonderful. I just love this. It's kind of, I love this color vibe. So
Yeah.
so Daniel Rodriguez, he does the colors, and there are scenes in the series where you have like flashbacks or people
hmm
talk about previous events, and it looks like this, like you see
Like the
in the
sepia
background.
tones.
Yes, and
Yeah.
and the thing is that Daniel completely colors these pages like normally, and after that he applies this filter. So you see the colors shining through a little bit, right?
Mm.
It's really beautiful. It's really beautiful. But there is this version which is completely fully vibrant with colors.
Hmm. Like, would you ever plan on releasing a variant of those where it's just the full color?
Uh, yeah, we might do that. I kind of love this how
Yeah.
how it
Yeah.
makes 10 pop from the
Mhm.
page, right? So this is the actual version, but I might put this in the. We have a special book on this campaign called the Deleted Edition, which shows material that's never meant to be
Mhm.
published. So perhaps we could add it there.
Hmm.
Um,
Um, do you you got the six story six issue arc wrapped up, and getting the trade out there. Do you have any, you go into plans on like trying to get the trade into other venues besides just your website? Are you gonna, is I don't know how to do, how people do go about that, like bookstores or other outlets, but like, are you gonna try to get the trade out there in those any other ways?
well, the publisher Critical Blast, they already do that.
Oh,
So through them you can purchase these books later on after the campaign. They will be available through bookstores. So you have
mhm.
like Barnes and Noble, and so there's a lot of bookstores that I had never heard of, but they you can get them there. But it's all online, so you can order them, and they will print it and send it to you,
Yeah.
right? Um, but
And I know people are going like the Amazon route. The
yeah,
Amazon's got
that
like
also, yeah.
was
Amazon is also part of it.
so yeah,
Absolutely.
that'd be I'd like the was it yesterday, maybe Nick Patch had his post on X asking, do you prefer floppies, trades, or omnibuses? And um the floppies are great. Who doesn't love a floppy, right? Like,
Mm,
but the trades are just, so much easier to get to new readers, they have the whole story you're trying to tell, and they don't have to worry about where do I start, kind of a thing. It's just here, this is the story, this is what and to be able to get to the point where you have one, all ready, and you know try to get it out there is I'm hoping, I'm hoping that it will catch on somewhere somehow, and um people will, because honestly, what I like about crowdfunding is being there before everyone else, and I'm hoping
mm.
that's all your guys, everyone's projects are gonna like blow up, and I'll be able to say I was there first.
Yes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We do try to do something special for the backers. We have, for instance, the artist edition was also published through Critical Blast,
Mhm,
and people can get that. But they can also buy it through like stores now.
mhm,
But then you get the black version. So you have like the white version is through crowdfunding, and the white version is has a few more pages also. So you get a little
mhm,
bit extra when you. So this way you can kind of separate these different
mhm.
venues a little bit. But
Yeah,
yeah, this question about what do you prefer, single issues or trades? This question pops up every few months, and
mhm,
mostly it's kind of trades. I think uh, the experience of single issues of floppies works well with the monthly model when you when
yeah,
you when you can look forward to the next month and the continuation of this story. Um, um, and then maybe single issues are the better experience.
mhm,
But with crowdfunding, when it takes this long to produce one book, it's I it just needs to be this way because we
yeah,
need to produce these books. We need to fund them, right?
mhm,
But when you finally get to the point that you can put together the trade paperback, that's when I hope that a completely new audience picks it up,
yeah,
right?
yeah. Um, well, so besides, so you know, funding now and for another day or so, uh, hopefully, some people who haven't found it yet will find it, get it, back it, you know, carry it forward. Do you find, you know, I've heard people talking about the, you know, the first few days of a campaign is a peak, and then there's the valley for quite a while, and then you get to your last. Are you in that last boost of backers?
Yeah, yeah, we got when I was sleeping, we got four more backers. So things are moving right now, but there's always this middle section
Yeah.
where, but we still kept gaining backers. So really nice. All you can do is basically is keep promoting it, keep talking about it. Don't overdo it, right? Don't bother people with it.
Hmm.
Just talk about it sometimes. Show some cool stuff. People just like to see cool stuff, and people actually want to purchase awesome books, right?
Yeah.
They wanted to read new awesome material. So yeah, but right now the final hours, and I'm noticing that more backers are coming in.
Nice. How about digital? You know, I noticed that you know you got a digital tier.
Yeah,
Have you done digital on your former campaigns?
yeah. I always do digital options. It's a large portion of the backer numbers also that do
I was gonna
digitals.
ask, has there been growth in your number of digital backers over the years, as, you know, you've offered it?
Yeah, that also. I also noticed through my own web store, people can also buy digitals there, and it's close to 50-50
Mm,
with what people back. So it's really important for small indies to offer this. Every
yeah,
bit helps, right? And people really want to support you. They want to read this, so make it accessible, and people. So s- so what I also notice is through my web store is that someone buys the digital book, and later on they place this order for the physical stuff. So
nice, yeah,
so it's kind of a preview to the physical
mhm,
version, right?
yeah. Yeah, I mean, you know, we're old guys. We like we still the physical, I think, still definitely appeals to us more. But I do know that the comics that I do read, and I got, you know, I got a good iPad. It's a good size, so you know, it's not hard to read the digital at all. But
Mhm.
there there is, you know, even though I can zoom in on panels on my iPad, you know, and like really get a good look at them, I don't know, something about, you know, holding that book and, you know, looking at it in your hand, it it feels better. It almost feels like you can see you know, the whole flow of the page better. Yeah, I'm still very much the physical guy. So
Yeah, yeah. Well, it is produced with the intention to get it published. So the complete experience is made for print.
mhm,
So when you write this and when you draw this, you take into consideration the page turns, and you have these
yeah,
little cliffhangers going on, uh, and and yeah, it's plus the double pages, the double page spreads and
yeah,
stuff. So everything contributes, is kind of made for the physical experience, right?
mhm,
But but um, but nowadays you have like tablets, and you can read your comics and still get a great experience. So this is the deleted edition. So Critical Blast, they uh, suggested this book. I I was hesitant about it, but they kind
mhm,
of kind of convinced me. They were like, "Dude, people love this, man. People love to see uh, work that you took out that you don't want them to see."
yeah.
uh, okay, so this is a 32-page book that will be only available here. through Critical Blast. I
Nice.
don't want this into stores or whatever. So
Yeah.
you can only get this through campaigns. This is very, very exclusive.
Yeah, that's the commentary track that only the nerds would end up watching on DVDs and
Yes,
Blu-rays.
yes, yes. Plus, we still have the artist edition, which is I have on right here. So this is the book.
Oh, nice.
It's bigger. It's bigger than a normal comic book, and it's hardcover. Uh, it's 132 pages big. It's really big book, and it has like oh wait, I think you can see it
Nice.
here. It has like scripts, so you can
Mhm.
read my script. You can see the layouts that Pau made. Then you can see the lettering. You can see it inked. So it's every step of the process, right? Plus, it
Hmm.
has some extra commissions and some other arts that Pau made for this series. It's all
Nice.
in there.
So is the artist edition is that issue one, or is that the full?
No,
Uh,
that's only issue one.
okay, yeah,
Completely stretched out to 132 pages
yeah,
with it has commentary from myself and from Pau about the production process. It's really cool, man. And this
yeah,
was another thing that Critical Blast convinced me to make. I never even thought about that. And they
yeah.
were like, "Look, man, we're going to put this book together, and we put in your script, and you make notes about it, and we put that in there." And okay, so it was a like side project that we finished
Mhm.
uh, last year, and now people can get it. You can also buy it through the store, but like I said, that's the black version. So this
Yeah,
version is a little bit bigger.
nice. Um, you know, uh, if it does well enough, would you have any plans for any of your other books, artist editions
Yeah,
for any of?
they asked me that also, and I kind of don't want to. I wanted to
Yeah.
have this exclusivity to it, so only issue one, and
Mhm.
I don't want to do it for every book. So I think this is
Yeah.
it, and maybe we can do one later for a brand new book like
Yeah.
Safeguard, like issue one, but no more for the Perfect Ten series.
Yeah, oh, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, and even if you just did it for it was just that one forever, it would still make sense because it's just kind of the flagship story.
Oh yeah.
It's you know so yeah, yeah, good stuff.
Well, it's mostly meant to highlight Pau's wonderful artwork, right? So
Mhm.
it's he's so good, and he's a large part of why this book is even successful. But no one buys Perfect Ten because it's written by some unknown indie writer from the Netherlands, right? But when you see Pau's artwork, you're like, holy shit, this is awesome. What is this? And
Mhm.
then they read it, and then people can get invested, right?
Yeah,
So I wanted to thank Pau also by with this through this artist
yeah,
edition.
nice. Yeah, that's how it works. Comics, you're walking through the supermarket or whatever, and you see something out of the corner of your eye, and you're like, "What is this?" And then it catches your
Yeah,
attention. You read it, and if it's a good read, then you're where we are. You're old and still reading funny books.
exactly, man. Exactly.
Uh,
It needs to have that holy shit factor.
mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
holy shit, what is this?
I was in. We have I guess it's a chain called Half Price Books here in the U.S. And I go there and you can get trades for a pretty good price there. So I go every once in a while, and they have single issues, back issues and stuff as well. But I was in there a few months ago, and I go to the comic book store, and everyone there looks like me. They're all older
Oh yeah,
guys.
right.
But I was in there, and this young guy, man, he must have been like 13, 14, comes in. He starts digging through, him and his sister digging through the back issues, and he's telling her, if you find any Nightwing, let me know. If you find any of this, let me know. And
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I got a little like, choked up. I'm like, oh, it's just so nice to see. But
Yeah.
I had to ask him, like, hey, what got you into comics? And it was literally, he just, um, him take him into the half price books, and he saw the comics one day. He just happened to see him there, and and started looking through them, and it caught his attention, and did that thing that they do.
Mhm.
To I don't know what's wrong with our brains, that it does, that thing it does to us, but and it made me kind of miss the fact that they're not in supermarkets anymore. They're not
Yes.
as readily available, but what you gonna do?
Yeah, yeah, that was one of the large parts of
It's
why comics caught on
lagging
also.
again.
Yeah, we're lagging. We're lagging. We're lagging. But yeah, yeah, yeah. Availability, especially for the indies, that's tough, man. That's really difficult. So it's always niche. It's a niche of a niche. Still there, sir? Uh-oh. Oh no. Mr. Crenshaw left. Can you guys still hear me? Am I still there? Oh, there he is.
There
And
he
he's
goes.
back.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what that was about. Something goofy there. But well, that might be a good place to go ahead and wrap it before things start going haywire with my
Everything breaks
computer.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you are watching now or in the next day or so, how many hours we got left?
We have, oh, wait, let me see. 39 hours left.
Got
Yeah.
39 hours.
Almost 38.
And go back this book. Go back grab yourself the Perfection Collection. Get yourself the Artist Edition. Get yourself the outtakes one. The just grab the whole lot. And when Dave gets his big break, and we see the perfect 10 movies and animated series, you could be the guy who says I was there first, and pat yourself on the back for supporting the little guys when it mattered. But still says, am I still going? My computer
Yeah,
says
yeah, yeah, you're still
connection.
going.
Okay. Um, uh, so, but yeah, I want to thank you, Dave, for coming on, sharing your campaign, um, and you know, talking about some music, and just joining my stream. I'm very appreciative.
Yeah, thank you for having me, man. I love that. More people should do like comic related streams and reviews and interviews, stuff like that. It's
Yeah.
so much appreciated, sir.
Yes, sir. You got your stream happening in uh, a few hours,
Mm.
noon my time. Um, um, but who's your guest going to be on stream?
My guest today is Tyson J. Rock, and it will be a launch stream also. So he
Oh,
will be
that's right.
launching his new campaign on my Drink with Brink show. So he did it last time also. It's really
Nice.
cool.
So I do have the campaign and your website, if anyone's interested, are in the description of the video.
Oh, thank you.
And I should have put them in the chat, but I forgot.
I
Um,
just did.
oh, nice. There we go.
I just did.
So yeah, we'll go ahead and wrap it up for the night. And well, for the morning for you, and I hope, I don't know if you plan on staying up or go back to
I don't
get a
know.
little
I
more
don't know.
get a little more rest, but, I hope you have a good, Easter Sunday and, a good
You
stream,
too,
and
sir.
we will go ahead and end the stream, and,
Thank you, guys.
everyone else, thanks. Have a good one.
Bye.